Welcome to Easy Go Life, where we simplify digital success, explore cutting-edge tech, game-changing marketing hacks, and more, crafted to inspire and empower every generation. Let's innovate and thrive together.
Welcome back to our series, Learn Website Designing and Development from Scratch. We've made great progress with React in our previous video, and today, we're diving into something exciting. In this 10th installment, we'll put everything we've learned into action by building a simple React application. In this video, you'll discover how to combine React components to create a functional app, manage state and props to make your app interactive, and handle user inputs and events to enhance usability. We'll also cover best practices for organizing your React project to keep things clean and scalable. Whether you're looking to build a to-do list, a weather app, or something entirely your own, this video will provide you with the essential tools and techniques to get started. So, grab your coding gear, and let's bring your React application to life. When building a React application, the power of components shines through in how you can combine them to create a cohesive and functional app. Combining components to build a simple React app is all about leveraging React's modular approach to development. Each component serves as a building block, encapsulating its own functionality and style. By breaking your app into smaller, reusable pieces, you can manage and scale your project more effectively. In this segment, we'll explore how to create individual components, such as a header, TaskList, and TaskItem, and seamlessly integrate them to form a complete application. You'll learn how to define these components, import them into a central file, and compose them to deliver a polished and interactive user experience. Let's dive in and see how these components work together to build a robust React app. In React, you can create small, reusable pieces called components and then combine them to build your entire app. For example, if you're making a to-do list app, you might have a header component, a task list component, and a task item component. Step by step. Create components. Define each component in its own file. Combine them. Import these components into a main file, like App.js, and use them together. For instance, you might include the header component at the top of your app and the task list component below it. In React, managing state and props is crucial for creating dynamic and interactive applications. State and props are foundational concepts that enable your app to handle data and respond to user actions effectively. State allows your components to track and manage data that changes over time, such as user input or the status of a to-do item. Props, on the other hand, enable you to pass data between components, allowing them to communicate and share information seamlessly. In this section, we'll delve into how to use state to keep track of changing data and how to utilize props to pass information between components. By mastering these concepts, you'll be able to create responsive and engaging user interfaces that adapt to user interactions and data changes. Let's explore how state and props work together to bring your React application to life. State and props are essential for making your app interactive and dynamic. State. Use state to keep track of data that changes over time. For example, in a to-do app, you might use state to keep track of the list of tasks. Props. Use props to pass data from one component to another. For example, you might pass a list of tasks from a parent component to a child component that displays the tasks. Example, in the TaskList component, you could receive a list of tasks as a prop and then map through it to display each task. In React, handling user input and events is key to creating interactive and responsive applications. User input, such as clicks, typing, and form submissions, drives the dynamic behavior of your app. React makes it straightforward to capture and respond to these interactions using event handlers. Event handlers are functions that are triggered by user actions, allowing you to update state, modify the user interface, and manage data flows. For instance, you can use an event handler to add items to a list when a button is clicked or update a form field as users type. In this section, we'll explore how to effectively handle user input and events in React. We'll cover how to set up event handlers, manage user interactions, and ensure your app responds smoothly and efficiently. Let's dive into the essentials of making your React application interactive and engaging. React allows you to respond to user actions like clicks, typing, and form submissions. Events. Use event handlers to respond to user actions. For example, you can add an on-click event to a button that adds a new task to the list. Here, clicking the button adds a new task to the list. When building a React application, adhering to best practices for organizing your React project is crucial for maintaining a clean, scalable, and manageable codebase. As your project grows, a well-organized structure not only improves readability, but also makes it easier to collaborate with others and extend your application over time. In this section, we'll cover effective strategies for organizing your React project, including best practices for folder structure, component naming, and the separation of concerns. By following these guidelines, you'll ensure that your code remains modular, reusable, and maintainable, setting a strong foundation for future development and collaboration. Let's dive into how to set up your project for success and streamline your development workflow. Keeping your React project organized makes it easier to manage and scale. Folder structure. Organize your files into folders based on their type. For example, keep all your components in a components folder and styles in a styles folder. Component naming. Use descriptive names for your components that reflect their purpose. For example, TaskList is a better name than list. Separation of concerns. Keep your logic, e.g., fetching data, managing state, separate from your presentation, e.g., rendering HTML. This makes your code easier to understand and maintain. By following these key points, you'll be able to build a simple yet functional React application. Combining components, managing state and props, handling user inputs, and organizing your project properly will help you create a robust and maintainable app. Thank you for joining us on this journey through building a simple React application. We've covered how to combine components, manage state and props, handle user input, and organize your React project effectively. These skills are fundamental for creating a robust and maintainable React app, setting you up for success as you build more complex applications. In our next video, integrating APIs into your web application, we'll explore how to connect your React app with external services and data sources. You'll learn how to fetch and use data from APIs to enhance your application's functionality and provide dynamic content to your users. Stay tuned, and let's continue building powerful web applications together.